Update: Am I the asshole for having pot cookies out in the open in my own home? Link to the original post. First, I would like to apologize for my non-responses. I got pretty high after my sister left, and I completely forgot about the post. It's been a few months and I logged onto this account accidentally and noticed a few messages asking for an update about this. So I thought I would oblige since the post blew up. Like, whoa, thank you all for reading, and a special thanks to the people who gave me awards. For a while after the post, my sister was on a tirade trying to get everyone to agree with her, but thankfully most people were on my side. Even my staunchly Catholic parents said she should have given me a warning before just dropping by, saying she knew I was a pothead and it was rude of her. Which was surprising since my parents are not okay with me being a pothead. I linked her to the original post, and about a few days later she apologized and realized she was in the wrong and said she was sorry for freaking out, but still maintains marijuana shouldn't be in reach of kids, but has admitted that she should have given me a heads up. We had since mended our relationship and she actually now texts me when she wants to visit, so that's a win. I had also apologized to my niece promising, kid, treats to be kept at my house for any chance of her visiting again, and I have a bunch of normal cookies and whatnot just in my cupboard, of course not revealing why the cookies were adult cookies, even though she really wanted to know what made them adult cookies. Turned out she was freaking out because I yelled at her the first time I raised my voice towards her, which makes sense why she freaked out so much, and we're back to having a friendly relationship too, which is nice. Sorry that it's not that exciting of an update, but just thought I'd post it. Hope that this is alright. Mods, you can remove if you so wish. We'll send the above to the people who asked.
I'm laughing trying to imagine your niece trying to figure out what makes adult cookies adult. She only has 3 pieces of info to go on. 1. Some cookies are adult cookies. 2. Adults are not allowed to tell children what makes adult cookies adult cookies. 3. Adults can have children cookies but children cannot have adult cookies.
I got pretty high after my sister left, and I completely forgot about the post. Getting so baked that you forget about your weed-related post is peak Reddit.
Musical notes: I was gonna update Reddit, but then I got high.
I am sitting here with a much-needed laugh thinking in your parents' minds. Jesus Christ, sister's name, you know he uses the devil's weed, why even bother being angry? I know that's probably not was said, but that's what I'm imagining, based on the post.
This will be a fun story to tell your niece when she's an adult. Also, how did the house not reek of pot?
Okay, but you gotta check in with your niece in 10 years and ask her what she thought adult cookies meant. Obviously fully not the asshole, you're a good uncle to have treats ready for any more unexpected visits. The only reason I might call you the asshole is because your original post feels like it was only a little while ago, so you've made me realize how my last few months are totally wasted. Fucking pandemic. Also a Canadian, also a pothead, also a home baker running a side business selling bulk edibles for family, friends. I can't bring baked goods anywhere without my family double-checking with me if there's weed in it. Yes, family, I thought Thanksgiving dinner would be a good time to drug the kids with pumpkin cake face with rolling eyes. I'm glad your sister got past it, because if it's in your own home it's no business but your own.
Sorry that it's not that exciting of an update. Despite all other indications, most of us really enjoy when update posts indicate that situations are resolved in a healthy and happy manner. I'll bring the popcorn to watch a real asshole get a righteous smackdown, but I'm really not in it to watch the world burn. I much prefer the idea that most of my fellow humans just have bad moments sometimes. Glad to hear all is well.
Glad this has a happy ending. Even if they weren't pot cookies. Kid bolting in to snatch a cookie is pretty shitty behavior. My mom would have not let me get away with that. Nice update, op. Your sister moot have freaked out due to your niece's reaction. But all over now.
It might not be exciting, but that's what makes it nice to read. Everyone behaved like mature adults and that's so nice to read about, especially these days. Thanks for updating us.
Not sure why you're apologizing for this not being an exciting update. It seems that everyone acted maturely for the betterment of the family. Don't ever feel the need to apologize to the people who are here to sink their teeth into some juicy drama as opposed to helping people. Nice to see a happy ending to an Am I the Asshole post.
Hey, it's not dramatic, but it's awesome to hear positive outcomes like this.
That was my first thought about your niece. It's not that she's a spoiled brat, it's that you scared the shit out of her. My kids would have reacted the same way. That doesn't mean you were wrong to yell, just that people need to lay off the kid.
I grew up in a pot-friendly home. In fact, my parents grew. I didn't start smoking pot until my late 40s. Educate your kids, give them the tools to teach themselves.
I just can't get over how you forgot about your weed-related post because you got high on weed. It's just so fucking funny to me, LMAO.
Your opening made me crack up. Sorry I was away for a second. I forgot to update. 4 months later. Either way, I'm glad things worked out.
I'll light a joint to celebrate your update.
It's 2020 who just drops in unannounced. Send a text or something at least.
Non-exciting updates are the best because it proves not everyone is a complete ah. I get kids getting upset for being shouted at. I also get you shouting at her because when we're worried about kids' safety sometimes we accidentally shout because we're panicked. What I don't understand is why an 8-year-old doesn't know to ask before taking a treat or whatever, like my 3-year-old knows she has to ask or be offered a treat, especially in someone else's house. But the fact you got so high you forgot about a post about pot cookies is hilarious to me. But still maintains marijuana shouldn't be in reach of kids. And it wasn't because I don't have kids. Thanks for the update and glad things turned out well.
First, I would like to apologize for my non-responses. I got pretty high after my sister left, and I completely forgot about the post. Face with rolling eyes.
When my kids were little we had a pretty big social circle and kids learned very early to ask if the drink in the plastic cup was a grown-up drink or a kid's drink. Never once was I asked what made the drink grown up, come to think of it.
Actually, it's a lovely update. So nice when a situation is resolved sensibly. Kudos on you all.
What a Canadian update. Haha, you had me at. First, I would like to apologize for my non-responses. I got pretty high after my sister left, and I completely forgot about the post, lol. Glad you all talked it out like family should and everyone learned how to respect each other again. This is actually a perfect update, because everyone acted like an adult in the end, except niece, obviously, but all was resolved with her too.
Dude, I read this so long ago. Thank you for an update.
Ah, I remember this post. Glad things worked out in the end. Yo, I heard about this on r/. So cool seeing this story. Sounds like a win-win situation. I'm glad you didn't let this get in the way of being family.
Much like Towley, you got high and wandered away.
These are the kind of updates I love. People were adults, talked about things calmly, and changes were made to improve future relations. That is awesome.
Thanks for the update. It made me recall picking mushrooms with my nan. She always had a basket for adult mushrooms and a basket for kids' mushrooms.
I remember this post. I'm glad that you worked it out because it seems so crazy.
I got pretty high after my sister left, and I completely forgot about the post. I laughed way too hard at that part. Nah. It's better to have a nice update rather than an epically exciting conclusion to this super mega suspense 3 paragraphs long story. This is an amazing update. This is how life should go. Everyone calms down, apologizes, makes up, and kids get pot-free cookies.
Glad things work out. During my college graduation I had a somewhat similar issue. Someone gave me a magic brownie without telling me. It was a unique experience, but good.
OMFG. This was hilarious to read and yeah, not the arsehole. It's your house, your lifestyle, and just because your sister decided to settle down and have kids that doesn't mean everyone has to make their life child safe, orient around her needs. It'd be one thing if you were taking care of the kids on the regular, but you aren't and this was a surprise visit. Peace. Adult, cookies ha 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 ha. And #X200B. But seriously, not the arsehole. If anything, your stuck-up, self-righteous sister is the arsehole. You're fine.
The return of the king.
Next time just tell her there's alcohol in 'em or something. Man shrugging.
I hate pot edibles. I can't get past the taste. Do you use more subtle concentrates for your cookies? I have yet to find a delicious pot brownie.
Just read the original post so I am sure this has been mentioned, but you would also be in the right to be annoyed with the kid for just taking something without permission, enhanced or otherwise. If I did that as a child I would have got a scolding or worse off my mum after being shouted at by the homeowner. I am 30M and I am still very reluctant to help myself at my parents-in-laws even though they do say I can help myself. With some obvious exceptions, e.g. getting water, tea, coffee, breakfast, some behaviors have been too well ingrained that I just don't get past them. Wholesome. Take my update.